Why does a good woman leave a good man? In this video, we're not talking about men's key mistakes, but rather a more stable scenario. A girlfriend without a negative background, an adequate man. If a girlfriend's past relationships usually let you predict what she'll be like later. In this case, the girlfriend seems very adequate and suitable for a relationship. At first, we influence the other person's field by making relationship mistakes, and then the field itself influences the other person, telling her that it's time to leave. What's interesting? A person's field is the sum of all life situations that can influence them, their actions and desires, in very general terms. Every source has a certain capacity to alter someone's field, which is determined by the significance of that specific person within the other's field. Sounds complex, so here's an example. If you're a believer and attend church, a pastor, under the sauce of truth, can transmit certain things into your life, and you will believe them. Faith has high significance for you, and the preacher bypasses your inner blocks and pumps information into your head. But if a stranger told you similar things, you'd likely send him packing. He has no significance, and his capacity to alter your field is quite small. We're talking about good girlfriends who haven't been noticed cheating or behaving frivolously. Can they be victims of circumstance? Of course they can. Awareness of perception. This girlfriend initially lives in a fortress of awareness and blocks virtually any advice aimed at destruction. But you remember Troy, don't you? Same here. Only unconscious manipulations can push a good girlfriend to act wrongly. Under the guise of positive influence, a figure triggers motivation on the girlfriend's side, and once significance is gained, moves on to destructive influence. Manipulations of this sort can, as a rule, succeed almost always. For example, a woman reads a psychologist's blog about feminine beauty. She starts with posts about how to create a family and ends with, "If everything in your family is boring, run. I myself have already run once and don't regret it." First, the bandwidth into the field opens for that specific woman's psychologist. Naturally, no one expects such thoughts from her. Then she gives three sensible, helpful points and one destructive one. Then three other helpful points and the same destructive one. This is how cults and sects operate. Don't be surprised that thousands have committed suicide at a leader's behest. First, that leader opened the sluices for broadcasting information into a person's head, and once the connection was wide, he transmitted such thoughts. The situation. Information rules everything. It's accessible now, and people still haven't learned to tell truth from lies, performance from authenticity. There is a good, adequate girlfriend. This good, adequate girlfriend watches a cooking show and decides to add the host on Instagram, where she periodically reads posts about how to fry pancakes correctly. She follows along, it works. She sees beautiful photos with the husband in the kitchen on vacation. And she thinks, now that's living. Then she sees a post, "How I left my husband and found happiness," where the host details her pain, early marriage, stability in the relationship, a kind of boredom, tying it to financial problems and the to fix the situation. A woman who has significance for this girlfriend, and that significance was earned for other reasons, broadcasts information into her life that changes her consciousness. Now multiply one such woman psychologist by the number of all bloggers, influencers, and psychologists with subjective opinions, and then multiply that by 70%, the divorce rate. And you'll get the volume of information broadcasting that leaving a relationship is not bad and leads to a better life. Solution. Has a woman ever come to you showing the object of her adoration? Have you immediately seen it was a scam? Have you wondered how the girlfriend herself can't see it? The answer is in the video above. Starting small, the figure captures more and more of a person's field, and once enough territory is captured, any thought is taken as a given, bypassing critical evaluation. Can a woman's field broadcast to her the desire to break up? Yes, of course it can. What to do? Let her get what she wants with all the ensuing consequences, without aggression or hatred. At the moment when the figure surpasses you in significance, you cannot persuade or force. There is a higher authority compared to you, and you shouldn't get into a clash with it. On your side, you must demonstrate your own soundness and the figure's unsoundness, so that the motivation toward that figure fades and returns to you. Only by feeling the breakup will the girlfriend begin to reflect on the act. As long as you're nearby, helping her, asking her for something, she won't even start thinking. How to control the other person's field. You cannot control a person. The only thing, you can reflect and project your own significance and influence yourself in such a way that your significance grows in her eyes. You can find more material on this topic in my videos. Do such girlfriends come back if you haven't threatened her health or life? If the girlfriend has become a hostage of a field process, then of course, with correct behavior, you can restore the relationship. But she must see it herself, or under the pressure and explanation of someone who has even higher significance.